I was able to purchase another 7 unit using other people's money, right? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is 6:50 a.m. in the morning. I've been up since 5, but I just decided that today is going to be a vlog day. We have a lot going on. It's going to be a lot of fun. First things first, we have a 7:30 a.m. buyer consultation. So let's get our asses to the office. And then we'll resume there. We have arrived at the office. You can tell we got an empty parking lot except for the maintenance guy. Besides down the first one here, and it feels good. I've been more consistent lately because I have been more driven. I've been putting myself in more uncomfortable positions, and I'm really learning that the more chances you take, the more risks you take, I guess, the harder you're gonna have to work. All right, we're in the office. It is 7:42 a.m. The buyer should be here in a couple minutes, and what I have to do is send out a lease agreement for all my tenants. I already sent out 3. I forgot to do the 4th one, and October 1st is coming up, so I have to get those new leases locked in so there's no funny business. So that's just some landlord duties. Then my utility bills came in, so I'm excited to see what my operating costs are going to be, because this is the first month where I've actually owned it, and I can be like, okay, this is what we can expect, and we can run our numbers accordingly. And finally, we're taking photos of one of the units today, so we're going to go there. We're going to look at some work. We're going to have the contractor installing kitchens. Floors have been put in. So a lot is going on in our lives. I'm going to fill you in on everything, but before we get to that, if you're enjoying this content, do me the greatest honor. Like, comment, subscribe so I can make more videos, right? So I'm inspired and motivated to keep bringing you this content, because I don't think there's another person on earth showing you what I'm showing you. I think it's worth a sub, at least a like, but definitely leave a comment, all right? Leave a comment about what's holding you back from buying your first investment property. It's just past 10 a.m. in the morning. I had a 2-hour consultation with the client, and it was actually a very, very productive conversation where I was like, we're going through the whole process. They already had an agent they were working with, but the guy, just the service was lacking. And this is why you can never, ever drop on the service, ladies and gentlemen, okay? And this is why there's always business to go around, because there's an agent out there who's not serving their client. So if you can serve the client, you'll always get business, or there will always be a client for you. Anyhow, that being said, we are going over to the 7 unit that I own, because today, for the first time, we're putting one of the units up for rent. It's finally done. We just do some light remodeling on that unit, so we're getting photos taken. All right, folks, we're here at the building, and it's actually pretty nice because you're getting the garbage removed. There's a lot of flies in there. We don't like flies, and it's cool to see what I pay for actually happening. They come once a week. It's pretty cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the unit that's currently getting renovated, and I got some from my contractor. It's a little surprise, but I'll show him in a second when he's done. But the kitchen is getting installed today. We got the cabinets in the back. He's putting in ceiling fans, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like before. Nothing's there. That's Gabe, as always. Gabe, I got your toilet paper. Don't ever say I'm a bad customer, okay? And then over here is the actual new one. He just finished installing this one, and you can't tell, but these fins match these floors, and these floors are also new. And and then Gabe seems to think I should replace my vanity. So in the comments, tell me, do I replace the vanity? Definitely gonna replace the toilet paper, but do I replace the vanity? Let me know. All right, folks, the work here is done. We got the photos, the contractors are working, and now it's time for me to go get 2 things. Number 1, coffee. Number 2, lunch. Number 3, there's something in my shoe and I can't get it out. So that's another thing. So here's the situation with this building. I have 7 units, 5 are rented, 4 of the tenants are staying, 1 is leaving, so it's rented a little bit below market. And I'm currently in the process of renovating, renting 2, and I'm super, super excited to get this one up on the market, because it's gonna be like my testing one, right? So the highest 1-bedroom that I rent in this area was $12.50. It rented down the street. It was somewhat remodeled, right? And mine is also somewhat remodeled. Well, they were a little bit more remodeled than me. However, we're gonna try to get the same price, and I'm curious to know if I can get the same price with my experience and expertise. If I can, that means I can push the envelope and get 13 for the one that's gonna be fully renovated. So we'll see what's up. Okay, coffee secured. Now it's time to get some lunch, get back to the office. We have a lot of work to do before our 3 p.m. consultation over Zoom call, because lately I've been getting a lot of investor clients. Why? Well, it's not an accident, ladies and gentlemen. The reason I'm buying property, I show that I'm buying property, and I show I'm buying a very specific type of properties to attract a very specific type of client. And would you know it, got somebody interested in buying a 6 to 10 unit reaching out to me. So I'm no longer a residential agent. I'm slowly becoming a commercial real estate agent. But what I really want to be, what I really consider myself, is a real estate consultant. Whoo! Cheers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the office. We got lunch. Chipotle's in the back. I don't know if you could see it. And what we have to do right away is I need to send this lease out. I didn't get a chance to do it this morning because I had made a mistake and I couldn't adjust it in time. Look, you don't got to worry about it. Nonetheless, I got to send this lease out so we can get these tenants locked in for a year so I can do one of these. And then we have to look up houses for buyers and then get along with the rest of our day. That part's kind of boring. You don't need to see it. So I will check in with you when it's time to get back to work. We're going to open up my utility bills. And we're going to see what exactly am I paying every month. Okay, we are slowly coming back from lunch. The time is 11:56 a.m. So much has happened, and it's not even noon. The power of getting your day started. So if you're just getting to the office at 10 a.m., boy, I got you beat. I've been working, been meeting with clients, got all my things out the way. My entire afternoon is ready for me to outwork you. So getting to work early is very, very important. It's more important than getting to work late, because if you get, like, let's say you're working between 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Nothing's happening there. You're not meeting with no clients. You can't call nobody. You can't solve no problems. Everywhere is closed. It's not as effective. Morning time is the best time. So that being said, I currently found a 6-unit apartment building, not for me, for a client, and on paper, doesn't make any money. Makes $8,000 a year as it sits, which is not good. It's not even something you want to look at. However, it's deals like this where the magic sauce of finessing can be applied. So before I send it to a client, I want to make sure what the rents could be. Could we possibly make $25,000 a year and the rents are just so astronomically low? So don't just be sending your clients random properties and assume they're gonna identify a great deal if you're working with investors, right? Or if you are sending it to like a traditional buyer, or probably just a buyer, right? Explain the property, explain why you're sending it. That goes a long way from my experience. Okay, so let's get down to running the comps. We have the 6-unit. There are basically 5 2-bedroom units and 1 1-bedroom unit, right? So let's see what we are working with and just see what the 2 beds are renting for. Boom, boom. And I always like to get a range, okay? I don't like to just look at one number and go from there. I like to see a couple of places being rented to see if the market supports that or it's just an astronomical price. I'm seeing $1,495, but for a 2-bed, 2 full bath. Interesting. I'm seeing basically $1,100 for a 2-1, $1,150 for a 2 1.5. I wish they had more photos, but they don't. $1,350 for a 2-1. Oh damn, okay. $1,200 for a 2-1 garden unit. Okay. So I think minimum 11 I could get, maximum $1,350. So guess what? Let's go in the middle. I think we can get $1,250 for these 2 bedrooms, right? We have 5 2-bedroom units. So what's 5 times $1,250? I can't use a calculator because I'm using my phone. So let's see how fast I could do it in my head. So $6,250. That's what it is. Plus, let's say that first floor unit we could get around $1,100 for, right? So $6,250 plus $1,100, you're at $7,350, $88,000. The operating expenses are $26,000. Let's do 27. So subtract 27,000. 6112. Look at that. Potential to make $61,200 before debt payoff. Now, the debt is $36,000 a year. So we're now making $25,000 a year. It's going to cost about $200,000 investment. So let's divide this by 200,000. That's a 12.6% cash on cash return. What that means is, hey, my down payment, the cash I invested was 200 grand, and I'm getting 12.6% of that a year as my profit. That's what I'm making. Now, obviously, some figures are going to go in there. Some expenses are going to come up. There's no way you can, be covering all your bases. But that's that. So we went from 4% to 12%. How do we do that? By identifying a deal that makes no sense on paper, figuring out why it doesn't make sense, And what do we got to do to make it make sense? So long story short, I want to be just boring you guys with numbers. Long story short, this is a potential deal. We're going to send it to a client and then we can explore it a little bit more. Oh, there's been a mistake. I didn't realize it was on a busy road, which naturally is going to hinder us from a future sale and renting for top dollar. So for that reason, I am no longer too confident in myself in getting this property rented at a decent price, because the ones that rented for $1,350, $1,200, they were a little bit off the road. So that being said, not a deal, we're out. 12:30, I'm still looking up houses for buyers, and I came across this $4.8 million deal, and I wanted to quickly talk about finding opportunities before worrying about the qualifications, your own qualifications. What I mean by that is, once you switch your mindset from, okay, how much do I have to invest versus where is the best deal? That opens you up to a much larger pool to look at properties in. That's what I've been focusing my mindset on, because lately, I don't know if you guys know, I'm buying another 7-unit right down the street from me, and I raised money to buy that one. And I'm gonna talk about all of it once we can close and everything's locked and loaded and we're moving forward. I will talk about how that situation came about, right? I don't want to speak on something that's still fluent and in the works. That being said, this opened up my eyes. I'm like, wow, I was able to purchase another 7-unit using other people's money, right? So this got my mind thinking, why am I limiting myself to such a small pool, right? Why am I looking at things under $1 million? Let me go over $1 million. And I find this gem, okay? 22-unit building. And with that many units, if I just raise people's rent by like $50, nothing too crazy, that's an extra $13,000 a year. Woo! So now in my head, I'm like, okay, this deal doesn't make sense at the price they're asking for. At what price does it make sense? And they've been on the market for 794 days. That tells me that they're very picky about their price. But my eyes, I got 3.5 million. And at that price point, I believe that building makes $220,000. Incredible. Matter of fact, I might send this to somebody, see what's happening. It might tease it out there, like, how you doing, right? And I could save $11,000 on management. Hello. Talk to me nice. It's an exciting world we live in. That's all. I just wanted to say that. Let me get back to work. I'll holler at you guys as soon as I'm done looking up houses for buyers. It's now 1:41 p.m. We are finally done with the looking up houses for buyers, and it is time to open up my mail and see what my utilities are gonna cost. And we'll do this live on the camera because I'm dying to find out. So we have 2 ComEd bills, which is interesting. I don't know why I have 2 ComEd bills, but oh, I realized because I have 2 vacant units. So let's see. $3. Oh my God. All right, that's cheap enough. Let's see what the next one is. $4. Woo! Can't stop, won't stop. What's this one? This is my mortgage statement. Let's see what they want from me. Can be they're still sending actual visits. All right, total due on September 19th, which was 2 days ago, was $3,370.06, which is how much I owe per month for my loan payment, plus my taxes, which is all taken care of, which is good to know. Does it tell me my ending balance? Oh, it's just my mortgage. Okay. So we're just gonna assume it's gonna be automatically taken out and not worry about it. And this is actually my trash. So that was this morning, as you saw. Let's see how much they docking your boy for trash. All right. Let's see. What in the world is this? Current $171. What is this? See, there's always a problem, isn't there? So now we have to call and find out why on earth they're charging me an extra $71. It is now almost 3 o'clock where I have a buyer consultation to get on. As you can see, the Zoom call is loaded up. What I've been doing the last hour or so is, number one, I had another lease I had to prepare, and this one's handwritten because the tenants are kind of old, so everything's got to be old school, no big deal. I had to get all my utilities in order. I had to pay my trash. I had to figure out what's going on. They basically charged me an installation or like a startup fee. We got through it. It's not a big deal. Yada, yada, yada. And then I updated all my expenses on my little spreadsheet. If you don't know, because I'm not an organized individual. Let me see if I can have it pulled up. I have this cute little spreadsheet that keeps track of all my expenses, because as I own properties, I want to make my life as easy as possible. And since I'm basically the property manager, we can't be messing around. So let's get on this call and I'll check in with you guys after. The to-do list is still full. I think I got 3 more things I have to do. Surprise, ladies and gentlemen, you probably didn't expect to see this outro, but it is currently October 9th, Sunday, 8:53 p.m. And I realized this vlog you just watched, I don't have an outro for it. I stopped filming. But basically what happened that day, I met with an out-of-state investor. He found me on TikTok. Great client, looking to buy in that 5 to 800K range. So it was a great client. And yeah, so this is the outro of the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe. I apologize for the mess. It's a lazy Sunday. I'm just relaxing. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe. I'll try to get you more content like this. And don't forget, in the comments, let me know what's holding you back from buying your first property.